Today's world, relationships are evolving rapidly. The expectations people bring into partnerships are shaped by culture, upbringing, and personal experience. Sometimes these expectations clash. For example, one partner may long for traditional roles, seeking security and provision, while the other desires equality and teamwork. This story is about a woman who wanted a provider and a man who wanted a partner. Their journey highlights the challenges and opportunities that arise when two people see relationships through different lenses. Let's explore how their perspectives shape their connection and what we can learn from their experience. From a young age, she was taught that a successful relationship meant having a partner who could provide stability and financial security. Her parents modeled this dynamic, and she grew up believing that being cared for was a sign of love. As she entered adulthood, these beliefs shaped her expectations in dating. She looked for signs of ambition, a steady career, and the willingness to take on the traditional provider role. For her, that was not just about money, but about feeling safe and cherished. However, she also wanted to be valued for who she was, not just what she received. He, on the other hand, grew up in a household where partnership meant sharing responsibilities and dreams. His parents worked together, supported each other, and made decisions as equals. For him, a relationship was about teamwork, mutual respect, and building a life side by side. He wanted a partner who would contribute emotionally and practically, someone who saw him as an equal rather than just a provider. His vision of love was rooted in collaboration, not hierarchy. This shaped how he approached dating and what he looked for in a long-term relationship. When they first met, the chemistry was undeniable. They enjoyed long conversations, shared laughter, and discovered common interests. At first, their differences seemed minor, even intriguing. She admired his ambition and kindness, while he appreciated her warmth and openness. Both felt hopeful about the future. However, as their relationship deepened, their underlying expectations began to surface. Subtle comments about money, roles, and responsibilities hinted at deeper differences. Still, they were committed to making things work, believing that love could bridge any gap. As time went on, their differing views became more apparent. She felt frustrated when he suggested splitting bills or sharing chores, interpreting it as a lack of commitment. He, meanwhile, felt unappreciated when his efforts to collaborate were met with disappointment. Arguments began to arise over finances, household tasks, and future plans. Both felt misunderstood and hurt. They started to question whether their visions for a relationship could truly align. The tension grew, making it harder to communicate openly and honestly. Realizing that their relationship was at a crossroads, they decided to have an honest conversation. Both shared their backgrounds, fears, and hopes. She explained why security mattered so much to her while he described his desire for partnership and equality. Through this dialogue, they began to see each other's perspectives more clearly. It wasn't about right or wrong, but about understanding where each person was coming from. This moment of vulnerability opened the door to empathy and compassion, even if it didn't solve everything overnight. Greater understanding, they started to explore ways to meet each other's needs. She acknowledged the value of partnership and began to appreciate his efforts to share responsibilities. He recognized her need for security and looked for ways to provide reassurance without compromising his values. Together, they experimented with new routines, from budgeting together to dividing chores in a way that felt fair. It wasn't always easy, but their willingness to adapt brought them closer. They learned that compromise and flexibility are essential in any relationship. Over time, their relationship evolved. They discovered that love is not about rigid roles but about supporting each other's growth. She became more independent, finding confidence in her own abilities. He learned to express care in ways that made her feel secure. Their journey was not without setbacks, but each challenge taught them more about themselves and each other. By embracing change and staying open, they built a partnership that honored both their needs. Their story shows that relationships require ongoing effort and a willingness to grow together. In the end, their story is a reminder that every relationship is unique. There is no single formula for happiness. What matters most is the ability to listen, adapt, and support each other's dreams. Whether you seek a provider, a partner, or something in between, the key is honest communication and mutual respect. By understanding and valuing each other's perspectives, couples can overcome differences and build lasting connection. Their journey encourages us all to reflect on our own expectations and to approach love with empathy and openness.